Happy Monday morning, mentees, or I guess Monday or Tuesday, depending on where you are and when you watch this. Regardless, join me today as I take an advanced look at the Thor Epic Collection Into the Dark Nebula from Marvel Comics, so please stay tuned. As always, before I get started, I'd like to thank David Gabriel and the folks at Marvel for sending us an advanced copy of this Epic Collection. This is due out at comic book stores and places like cheapgraphicnovels.com, in-stock trades, and Tales of Wonder on March 25th. That's when it's due out. I hope that it still comes out though, but we've had a lot of changes in schedules lately. Now, before we take a closer look at this book, let's see where it fits in. Now, here are the first 5 Thor Epic Collections. And I don't mean first 5 as in like the original 5, because remember they released them out of order. But these are in chronological order 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I love the fact that now we have a volume 6. I love the way that these books fit in so perfectly like this, and I can't wait to fill up my shelves with all of them. However, if you're a little OCD to Wake the Mangog and War of the Pantheons have a little discoloration on the picture of Thor at the bottom. It's a little darker tone of blue. Let me see. There you go. You can see it a little bit better there. So you can see it's a little darker. It's almost like a little purplish instead of this dark blue that they have. And it's only found in 2 of them. That is completely nitpicking because it brings me so much joy to see all these books together. I love the designs of the Epic Collections. I know you all have heard me go on and on about them. And I've done a special episode focusing on just Epic Collections, but they are the best way to read comic books, I think. I mean, you all know how much I love Omnis, but these, man, they're just made to be cracked open and start reading. Now, let's talk about Into the Dark Nebula. So here we have Into the Dark Nebula. It is volume 6 of the Epic Collections, and as you all know, they put that number in the back along with the years that it collects, 1972 to 1973. Let's get it opened. And before we go any further, let's give some credit where credit is due, with Corey Sedmeyer being the collection editor, Nickel Design Works doing the book design, and then the color and art restorations, Wesley Wong, Michael Kelleher, and All Thumbs Creative. And of course, these wonderful folks here, all of them together, were able to put this book in our hands. The table of contents, and we're kicking it off with issue 195. Now, the title Into the Dark Nebula comes from issue 214, I believe. So this collects 195 to 216 of Thor, the Mighty Thor. And if you've been getting the Omnis, the Omnibus, the Omniboo, those collect all the way, all 3 of those, of the original Silver Age Thor, collect all the way to 194. So this is taking us past the Omnis. So much like Hulk coming out later this year, Thor is now past the Omnis, and it kind of makes me a little happy that I sold them off, because I was like, okay, this is the way to get my Silver Age Marvel for some of my titles. I didn't sell off all my Silver Age stuff, but years ago, if you've been watching the channel, you know I sold off my Hulk, my Captain America, my Thor, and Iron Man books. Now, it kicks off with the story of the Warriors 3 and Thor. So you have Fandral, Volstagg, and Hogun, along with Thor, get sent on a mission by Odin to go and fight this lady right here, Satrina, in her realm. And of course, it's literally one event after another. We also have the first appearance of Hildegard, who is now hanging out with Lady Sif. Balder the Brave also makes an appearance. And there's another character named Silas Grant, who is a supporting character of Thor. He makes his first appearance. And then, of course, Heimdall, who is the one that's in charge of the bridge. So, literally, there's Silas. It is one event happening after another. You get all kinds of characters that show up in here, though. It's the return of Tana Nile, right here, and she plays a bigger role later on. And you also have the appearance of characters like the Absorbing Man. You've got Mephisto. You've got Ulik. There's my girl Tella. So it's just your epic Thor adventure, and honestly, this is the run that I really like. Now, I don't know if that's mainly due to Jerry Conway writing the story. Oh, that's right, Surtur also appears. Or if it's actually John Buscema's artwork. I've been a big John Buscema fan for a long time, and the older I get, the more I appreciate his art style. There's a serpent. So yes, we have a Ragnarok event. It seems like every 50 issues we have a Ragnarok event in the pages of Thor. And there is Surtur. Now let's talk a little bit about the art, because for the most part, this is all John Buscema. There are a couple of times that his art is finished by Jim Mooney, like just maybe 2 issues. Here's a quick example of Jim Mooney doing the finishes on the breakdowns by John Buscema. It's a little bit different. I don't want to say rough around the edges, but it definitely looks a little bit different than John Buscema's classic style. And then there's a couple of issues where Don Perlin helps with the pencils. Like, he doesn't do it all. But it's kind of hard to tell because Vince Colletta does the inking for both of the artists, so it looks very similar. This is the issue with Mephisto where he has to fight his friends, and just showing off a little more of this John Buscema classic artwork. Now, his brother Sal does help out in one of the issues, Sal Buscema. And let's see. Oh, there is another Thor Epic collection coming out later this year. It's like War of the Thors, I think. That's what it's called. So we usually get 2 a year from Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, Incredible Hulk. And that's right, you also have the appearance of the God of Mischief, Loki. Because what is a Thor comic book without Loki? So the story of Into the Dark Nebula is basically how Lady Sif gets kidnapped by this lady right here, Carnia. And our heroes have to go and rescue her. That's pretty much it. There's Ulick. 4D Man makes an appearance. But anyway, I had a lot of fun reading this. I got this in a little over a week ago, and I couldn't put it down. And it probably has a lot to do with my love of John Buscema's artwork. I think he was one of the greatest artists. Now, let's look in the back here for extras. So what we have here is original artwork by John Buscema and Vince Colletta. Now, the book is 480 pages, and as I mentioned, retails for $39.99, which is the price of the Epic Collections. And there's the last page, and here is a list of all the Thor books you can pick up. This episode is sponsored by CheapGraphicNovels.com, your online home for brand new graphic novels and collected editions up to 50% off the cover price. Cheap Graphic Novels prides itself on packaging your books so they arrive safely and in excellent condition, as well as prompt and helpful service. And check out their bargain bin for even greater deals up to 90% off cover price. And for you minties, Cheap Graphic Novels is running a special promotion. If you're a first-time customer, let them know you were referred by Near Mint Condition at the checkout, and you'll receive a credit for free shipping on your next order. Now, this is only for U.S. customers. Cheap Graphic Novels, your source for the hottest books with the kind of deep discounts, quality shipping, and customer service that will keep you coming back for more. Now, that was the page count and the contents of the book. Let me know in the comments down below if you're looking forward to this Epic Collection. I love adding more and more of these books to the Epic Collection line, and it brings me so much joy to see more and more of these characters fill up my bookshelf. Please don't forget to hit that like, subscribe button, ring that bell for notifications to let you know when our videos are going live. We can be found on Patreon and Redbubble, and all of that information is in the description down below. And more importantly, remember everyone, stay healthy and safe out there.